Hoola Water Park of Los Angeles used to be a famous attraction when Finn's grandfather was his age. He told him a story about how his great-grandfather was kidnapped by a mechanical troll and taken deep inside the park to be made part of it. Years later, Finn and a few of his friends decided to explore the eerie, abandoned water park. Finn wondered if he would be able to find any trace of his great-grandfather, considering whether there was anything left behind. His grandfather begged him not to go, warning him that it wasn't safe, but Finn was set on going anyway. All the older man could do was wave, watching as his grandson lugged a heavy backpack to the white BMW in the driveway. He prayed that the young man wouldn't fall into the same fate. Finn looked out the window as his friend Vinny listened to directions spewing from his phone's GPS. Gwen in the back seat was taking stock of their battery packs, recording devices, and flashlights, dividing them evenly. Upon entering the parking lot, the trio noticed a few empty cars, rusted, spray-painted, and obviously stripped of parts. "Well, that doesn't look reassuring," Gwen commented, looking out the window. Vinny parked his BMW. "My dad said that people don't explore here anymore." "What did your dad mean?" Finn asked. Vinny shrugged. "I don't know, man. Is it because of police officer confidentiality?" The trio got out of the car, grabbing their backpacks. "If we get separated or lose phone signal, I brought some walkie-talkies." Gwen informed them to shut the car door. Finn was glad to have Gwen along. She always thought of things they needed that they usually wouldn't think of bringing along. Vinny led them to the entrance by flashlight. "There should be a way to get inside over here," he told them. Vinny showed them a break in the fence and held it open for them to slip through. "Where to first?" Gwen questioned, her gaze falling onto Finn. He knew exactly where he wanted to look first. Finn did tell them their reason for coming here, searching for what remains of his great-grandfather. The reason behind his disappearance and the thing that took him was a mechanical troll. "What we should look for is the enchanted forest section. The troll animatronic might be there," said Vinny. Finn nodded. "That's a good starting point." Gwen frowned. "Do you really believe that story your grandfather told you?" Finn looked in her direction. "I know how crazy it sounds, but I do." She clicks her tongue and sighs. "All right, let's go find that attraction then." Back then, Hoola was new and made Los Angeles a popular tourist spot. Many families from all over came to vacation in the area just for the water park. Hoola would be a summer spot for locals and vacationers. As it became a go-to destination, strange things also started happening. Rides malfunctioning, even with it being kept up to code. People getting dragged under the water and almost drowning. And disappearances. Finn's great-grandfather wasn't the only one who had been taken away. Finn surmised that his grandfather had not been allowed to look for any information after the incident. It's why Finn investigated it instead, more out of curiosity rather than for familial matters. If there was any clue about the missing people, then the remains might be close to the enchanted forest. As the trio trudged along, they saw that many of the rides, instead of looking worn with age, were broken or rusted. Looked like they were all being well taken care of. Gwen stopped next to a carousel, shining her flashlight along the ride. "Doesn't this seem a bit strange to you?" she questioned. Finn agreed it seemed very out of place. There should be more damage, or at least vandalism. Vinny called them to catch up, or they'd be left behind. Both walked away to head into the building, housing their destination. As the carousel's lights began to flicker to life, its gears turned. It was so eerily quiet inside the dome that all they could hear were their footsteps echoing around them, until they stopped before a swamp-themed area. The churning of gears and steam, followed by the flickering of lights, made the trio jump. The old dusty speakers began playing the song "The Beast" by Concrete Blonde. Finn was surprised that this place even had power. "Could someone be secretly fixing this place up?" Gwen questioned. "Who in their right mind would?" Vinny countered. Finn walked in first, going up to a power terminal for the ride and examining it. It was damaged beyond repair. It is as if someone smashed it to keep people away. "Yep, looks like we'll have to find some makeshift paddles to use to get one of the boats to move," said Vinny, noticing the damaged panel. "A few boards are lying around that we could use," Gwen piped up. Pointing his flashlight down the tunnel, Finn agreed. Choosing a boat that wasn't complete, finally they reached a bridge covered in algae, dripping slime into the water below and moss. A whirring sound, as if something stuck or broken was supposed to be moving, caught their attention. Gwen lifted her light for them in the direction of the sound. "See anything?" she asked the boys. No, Wait, shh, do you hear that? Finn replied to Gwen, his voice low. Not too far from where their boat floated was the head of a mechanical troll. Its neck was unnaturally long and it turned, looking right at their eyes, which glowed bright yellow. Too late, it found us, mumbled Vinny. This had to be what they were looking for. An old wooden sign hung loosely from above the cave with the name Jolly Troll, purposely carved in mixed-sized letters. What a joke, Gwen thought to herself as the troll opened its mouth, letting out an unnatural growl that didn't seem possible for an animatronic of its time, followed by a shout as it began to sway its neck and pull itself out of the cave. Using one of the makeshift paddles, Finn turned them in the opposite direction just as the bridge fell into the water, causing a wave to make them head back the way they came. Not far behind them in pursuit was the wailing mechanical troll. Glancing over his shoulder, Finn could see that it had been welded onto the body of an animatronic scuba diver. Its teeth gnashed, its hands reaching out ready to grab one of them. Together they paddled, giving themselves a bit more distance away from the advancing troll. Once back at the control panel, they hopped out of the boat and began running out of the dome. The troll crashed behind them, letting out a frustrated sound. Just keep going and don't look back, Finn told himself, running behind both Vinny and Gwen. He swore that he could feel it breathing on the back of his neck. They were close to the gap in the fence, their exit out of this place. Vinny went through first, holding it open for Gwen and Finn. Both of his friends called him, urging him to hurry up, sliding through like he was making a home run. Finn made it just in time as the mechanical troll smashed into the fence, fell backward, and tried to get back up. Without waiting around for it to get back up, the three ran towards the BMW and got inside. Vinny took out his keys, started up the engine, and sped out of the parking lot. On the trip back, the three sat in silence about what they had witnessed and experienced. As Vinny dropped Finn off, he gave his friend a sympathetic look as if apologizing to him about not finding any clues about why they had gone there in the first place. Finn just gave a reassuring smile and a nod, quickly going up the stairs and into his grandfather's house, who paced in the living room. Finn dropped his backpack at the door and hugged his grandfather, who met him halfway across the room. "I'm so glad you're safe, Finn," his grandfather cried out, holding Finn by the shoulders at arm's length and smiling. Finn looked at his grandfather's grim expression. "I was able to find an answer to what happened, to all those missing people and great-grandfather." "What did you find?" his grandfather questions, his tone concerned. "The troll did take those people away." Finn paused, eyes cast to the floor, clenching his hands into fists. It ate them." Finn had seen it when Gwen was shining her light at the troll's cave. Piles of bones, all assorted sizes, yellowed and weathered with age. That's the reason his great-grandfather never came back. "There is only one thing left to do, Finn." His grandfather's expression was full of earnestness. "What should we tell the police? How are—" "No, we're burning that place to the ground, and that thing along with it."